Good morning, good morning, good morning. We all happy to be alive, right? But Tuesday is still one of those days during the week that make you feel like Monday. Sometimes people be feeling like I'm back. Let's get to it. Tuesday is like Wednesday is like, yo, we almost there. Thursday, niggas be getting that Friday itch. Friday, everybody's happy. Saturday, everybody's running around having a good time. Sunday is kind of like that. I'm having a good time, but I gotta go do that shit all over again. Nah, listen, life is life, man. We're all blessed to be here. Real talk. Real quick to the chat. Shout out Jay with the early super before we even cut the stream on. 1501, big super. If you know Jay, she does coded amounts. But she says, niggas see me in a lot, Sue voice. A lot of people aren't going to like your title. However, we don't give a fuck. But did we ever? Thanks for the view. Like the video, hating motherfucker. Jay Tucker, yo, it's only 6 a.m. Jay, yo, why you talking so heavy? Shout out to Jay. I'm remembering our mod. She's right though. And it's funny too because people that don't know me might have seen some of my surf streams about all the allegations and stuff and been like, yo, you just sticking up for him because he's battle rap savior. So you're trying to protect him. I'm like, you must not know my history. Like there is a bucket of people that want to save certain people or maybe even a surf, but nobody thinks I'm one of them. Like, yes, this is the Sorry It's True podcast. And I aim to say things in very logical formats based in as much truth and logical opinion as possible. And sometimes you will leave some of these streams like, that was a truth that I had to accept. Or you might disagree. It's cool. There's going to be a couple of things some of y'all disagree with in this stream. But like Jay said, we don't give a fuck. Thank you for that intro, Jay. You helped me craft the intro on accident. All right. Happy Tuesday, people. Let's get moving. Let's walk down the topics. All right. First up, one of my favorite women in the world, Sukiana. If you're new to the streams as well, there's a lot of sarcasm that y'all missed. Some of y'all from yesterday's stream thought I'm 64 years old. You know, don't let me go over your head. But 6ix9ine talking his trash out there, right? I call 6ix9ine a terror. Like that's my only label for him. You gotta listen to him. You gotta watch him. He is entertaining. Stop lying. Vlad just set a record paying him the most he's ever paid for any fucking interviewee. And he says he's only like 30% of the rollout of all the content he shot of 6ix9ine, and already he made his money back. Yet he paid him the most of anybody that's ever stepped on his platform. Why did he do that? Because he knows we're all gonna click it. Yeah, and we are watching, right? The proof is in the numbers. Just like the Breakfast Club having Dame Dash up there and him doing a couple million views more than any other video that they did recently, people are going to click it. Supply and demand, people, okay? The sorriest true fact it is, people act like, oh no, snitch ass rat, ass 6ix9ine. He don't belong around. So then why is he the top viewed guy in his interviews? Why is he getting paid the most for his interviews? It's entertaining. That is going to bleed into the title at some point. The entertainment factor. Okay. Sukiana shares alleged messages from 6ix9ine after he compared her to Tracy Morgan. Him comparing her to Tracy Morgan is fucking hilarious. He's crazy. The terror. All right. So she exposes some screenshots. Nah, I want to fuck. Didn't know you fucked girls. Thought you was only men. You see me F mad girls in 4K. Quick Google search. It's easy. I'm not gonna tell nobody. 6ix9ine being a terror. Stop writing me. When I see you, I'm gonna rip that 27 piece out of your head and stick it up your. We can snatch it off together. He says. Text me your number. He's entertaining. He's a terror. I'd never want to shake his hand and hang around him, but he's entertaining. Hey, entertain me, 6ix9ine. I'm here to watch. Sukiana responds after 6ix9ine compares her to Tracy Morgan. All right, let's watch the clip.
What's that nasty bitch called?
Sukiana?
Sukiana. It looks like Tracy Morgan. Fucking her shit is crazy. Like, I will violate that bitch. Yo, by the way, in this clip, put Tracy Morgan and Sukiana, like, right side by side. If I'm lying,
How did he
I'm
do it?
Put it in the edit, like right there.
Yo,
Vlad
did it though.
How did you feel?
What's that nasty bitch called?
Sukiana?
Sukiana. It looks like
The crazy thing about this piece of the interview too is he goes on to say how many like bodies she got, and she sleeps with mad guys, and she sells that pee all over the place. Is he lying? Allegedly. Allegedly. Right? Is he lying though? You know, you go to World Star and you just search Sukihana's name, and the type of stuff that comes up gives you a read on who and what she is, right? Sukihana is the same person that didn't know the difference between a musician and a magician. You know, one of our low points, people, you know, unfortunately. Sarcasm, but the point still remains true. People keep up. But you just scan this shit. It's like, look at this. You got 3 days after getting nutted in. Sukihana takes a plan B to prevent her from getting pregnant on IG Live after having a long night. Nothing wrong with people expressing their ability to have choice, especially a woman and her body, right? But doing it on live is zero class. Doing it on live and playing about it, zero class. What was Sukihana the one that did the she did a video of how to wear your pads or whatever. It's that time of the month, and it's like she put on like some pamper looking. Was that her? You know what I'm saying? So I get it. The ratchet shit can sell. We all know who Sukihana is. She's out there making some money for herself one way or another. Right? You got the Sexy Reds of the world that sell that ratchet shit, and they ain't the first. Some of this is like just renditions of Little Kim. I used to be scared of the right that over sexualized and that broke into society, and in a world where sex sells and the porn industry makes billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. Diddy, when you come home, if you still on that type time, just become a fucking porn star director and a producer. You'll be good. You'll be able to do it legally, allegedly. Right. But the sexualization in society is just why this is now the latest rendition, the hoism, the prostitution right in our face. When I say right in our face, I really mean right in our face, to the point where I can't play it on a stream. It's just the reminders. It's a quick Google because I remembered when it originally hit World Star. Sukihana running around in a hotel with no clothes on at all, playing with herself, arguing with an alleged married man about some bread. Yo, it was. Oh, I watched the video. I did when it dropped. I'm like, yo, what the? But then I just accepted and say that's who you are. You know what? Let me play a little bit of the audio, not the visual. People, just I will get banned for that shit. The audio. Oh, whoa, can't go too high. Where's the audio at? Why can't I hear it? My bad. Let me refresh. Damn. Hold on. I don't want to get us in trouble.
So you finna eat my pussy even though you got a wife? You got a wife.
Don't stop asking me about a wife.
So how many pussies did you eat?
None.
So
I'm actually.
I'm tell you what.
I don't give a fuck.
You know?
Get out.
You know?
I'm actually scared of some of this audio.
You ain't gotta tell me how to tell you motherfucker wife bitch. You finna lose everything you motherfucking got. Fuck nigga. You what? Lay down. Oh, now you wanna eat pussy? You wanna eat my pussy even though you don't know me, fuck nigga?
I can't. We're gonna get the whole stream fucking banned. It's a Google though. I'm gonna give you 20K more. Sukihana wilding in a hotel room naked, going off on an alleged married man who wanted to eat the box. You know, and shout out to anybody that chooses their lifestyle. Get to your bag, do what you do. I was just asking a question, like when 6ix9ine does an interview like that and he says those type of things about Sukihana, you know, like, is there stuff online that shows that that's how she acts or carries herself? I'll let y'all answer the rest. Be like, y'all could do what y'all want with that. And the crazy thing to me is that she's actually a role model to some people. That's the scariest piece. She's real. There's literally girls in this world, little girls that look up to her or want to be like her. That's scary to me. What? Different strokes for different folks. That's not a ball. NBA YoungBoy, what's going on with your guy, man? The latest Michael Jackson, they're calling him at this point. He's on tour going crazy. He's doing up all these superstar numbers. And this is in New Orleans, right? YoungBoy gets whisked away by the cops after he walked on Bourbon Street with no security and got mobbed by fans. This is after his sold-out show in New Orleans. Okay.
Yo! I told you so. Lord. I'm fan dog. Yo.
Happy birthday! Oh, hold on, man. I saw in the background them green bottles, man. If you ever been to New Orleans and if you ever hit Bourbon Street, there's like 2 or 3 stores or bars on Bourbon Street. They sell those green tubes. They're called grenades. You got to try them. You got to try them. Yeah, see the grenades in the background? I see it. I peeped it. Damn. This is actually not safe at all for him. Like, what the fuck? Damn. Somebody in there grabbing his head like that? I would have been scared for my life, my damn self. Yo, young boy, what is you doing, B? Don't you see the way they're acting at your concerts? You can't walk through the street like that, let alone a tourist attraction area like Bourbon Street. What are you doing? That type of shit where your chain gets snatched and it's not even a robbery attempt. It's just, I want to have something of NBA young boys. Like, yo, what is he doing? Oh my God! They going crazy. As long as we don't identify any grown men in this mob of people running and whatnot and screaming. Grown women I give that a pass. We know you got all types of different women and groupies and whatnot. They get a pass. Young men, y'all get a pass too. I understand you guys is just fanned out over your superstar. There better not be any grown men that anybody in the world could like. Look at Tom right there. What is Tom screaming and running behind? Better not be any grown men, B. I swear. Oh shit. Oh man. All right.
That big top out here. That big top out.
You know, I actually agree with the cops dragging his ass about it because people get hurt, riots get started, all types of shit. The cops probably heard a whole bunch of mayhem, responded, saw that. Wait, let's add this up. This is all attributed to this guy walking. Who is? Oh, he's a superstar. He's a rapper. He's an NBA. Yeah, get this fucking guy out of here before we end up writing 20 police reports tonight of people getting hurt, stabbed, robbed, shot, trampled, all this type of shit behind this fucking guy. I seen this with my own eyes once when I was in Miami. I think it's even on DVDs, but Jeezy did this shit a lot. He called them club walks, where after the club, him and a mob of his peoples would walk from the club to wherever they was going, the next spot or the hotel. And it was like a mob of like, when I saw Jeezy out there doing it, I want to say he was at least 30 deep minimum. And I know when people hear the number 30 is a lot of people in person. Like when you see a mob of 30 people walking together, like if 30 people come into the club together, it's a lot of people. You just be like, oh, okay, that's probably the biggest collective in this club tonight. And it's no different than them club walks. And I could be undercutting it. It could have been more than 30, but what I remember is at least that, you know, and Jeezy was doing it kind of like to prove a point. Younger years, gangstered out years. I'm out here flagging. I got my Chucks on and all that. I think there's footage of a cameraman accidentally stepping on his shit, him brandishing and flashing guns on camera on his waist and shit. But it's sometimes celebrities, they do it on purpose. Sometimes they just forget who the fuck they are. You know, like when Floyd Mayweather walks through the mall, he's got a whole security detail around him because he will get people will literally jump on him. I saw NBA YoungBoy when the cops had him for a second. I seen him look up and give a little grin. I'm not saying the man did it on purpose, but that's the chaos that this shit stirs up. You know, and a lot of celebrities could do that, not just NBA YoungBoy, but it's literally dangerous. It's literally, if I see a celebrity walk through like that and a whole mob of people around them down Bourbon Street, for example, don't follow it. Just stay away. And if you, oh, that's your boy, that's what's up. Okay, hey, that's it. Leave it alone. Don't follow that fucking crowd. Shit might pop off. If tear gas starts fucking pouring in, don't say I ain't want you. All right. I gotta go to the sports side for a second because most of us respect Russell Westbrook. He's the homie, right? In the sports world. We always like the way he carried himself. Obviously, he's one of the greatest point guards of all time. Mr. Triple Double. He claimed that title, right? So you got to give him his props. And to see that during the offseason, he wasn't getting signed. The last picture that I put on my Instagram, as a matter of fact, was a shout out to Russell Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? When I went on vacation last weekend and I packed my clothes, what I was going to bring with me, I purposefully packed a Russell Westbrook Thunder jersey, right? I felt like it was a cool thing to wear because at the time he was not picked up by a team, and there was people going around doing interviews talking about it. Other his peer players, people like Carmelo Anthony, saying like, "Yo, this is wrong. He might be getting blackballed." You know, Carmelo felt like he went through that at the time, and we're looking at it like Russell Westbrook is still Russell Westbrook. Like he's not the Thunder Russell Westbrook, but he's still athletic. He's healthy. You know, he's still impactful on the team. Like, why wouldn't some team in the league want him? You know, I'm not going all the way to some level of like Colin Kaepernick. Like, we know what was really behind that. But did Russell Westbrook have something attached to him that made teams stay away that long? Now, eventually he got picked up by the Kings. So shout out to him. But you don't realize how much there'd be politics. Like, we're going to do a little bit of battle rap politics coming up later in the stream. Politics is in everything. Politics comes in a form of unions, people unioning together. Like, look at the Shedeur Sanders thing, what they said was happening with his situation. Deion Sanders' son. Okay, look at Colin Kaepernick. That's another example. Look at a battle rapper where if every league is against you, you're done. If every league don't want to book you, you're done. Right? LeBron is that type of person. Matter of fact, let me use one more battle rap example. Remember Surf when he was arguing and he was getting at Averb and Yoshi G? He was trying to flex the power of him in a LeBron type of chair. When he said, I'm gonna tell you right now, URL, if you book Yoshi or Averb, I'm going to RBE. Right? And then I did a video and said, you can't come over here because I'm the head of this chair over here. So now what are you going to do? Remember that video, y'all? But he was flexing a LeBron type of power. Okay. It just so happens that I don't align with what URL does and URL doesn't align with what we do. That's not necessarily the case with a LeBron in the NBA, though. Okay. People will follow suit. When Rich Paul puts the message out there to all these other agents saying, nobody touch Bronny, we're going to pick him up in the fifth round of the draft to the Lakers. You think somebody else would have wanted to have Bronny on their team? I'm not saying necessarily for the talent, but even the spectacle, because it all leads back to $1. It's all about putting asses in the seats. And having Bronny on your team, it's still a spectacle, especially the rookie year. It's still a spectacle. And that means LeBron will be in the stands. People want that. Teams want that. You got little small city attractive teams. You think they don't want LeBron popping up tonight? Their ticket prices will go up. That's a fact. That's how this shit goes. But anyway, staying in with all that tie-in and background to how politics really impact behind the scenes, Russell Westbrook reportedly grew tired of LeBron's fake behavior during their time in LA. Westbrook saw LeBron act in ways that didn't feel real, saying The Godfather was his favorite movie, but not knowing any lines, carrying Malcolm X's book without reading it, and even claiming he predicted Kobe's 81-point game. It made Russ see him as inauthentic. Now, we all seen some of those viral videos. You know how in the NBA, before tip-off, all the players from the opposing teams, they shake hands, center of the court. You see somebody like Westbrook, though, you know, after he left the Lakers, he stands all the way at the end of the court while LeBron comes out and he's shaking everybody's hand. He's all the way at the end. Like, I don't want to shake your hand. And me personally, I respect that shit, because if you feel like, yo, y'all don't know what this nigga be on, I know y'all all love him, but he's got some shit to him. I'm cool. I'm like that. I don't just concede and be like, well, since everybody else loves him, I gotta love him too. If I know you foul, or you got some fuck shit to you that I feel like I don't want to stand next to, it's okay in this world to pull a Russell Westbrook. But when you pull a Russell Westbrook, you become the black sheep. And when you're the black sheep, it may take last minute to even get picked up on a team. All right. You got to see how I'm bringing this all full circle. So I didn't like to see this. It's not a conspiracy. I think there could be some truth to it. LeBron quietly pushed for a reunion with Kyrie Irving, a move that would have required trading Westbrook, despite publicly denying it. LeBron has those accusations around him like that too. Looking in your face, telling you, I ain't got nothing to do with the team's decisions. I'm this, I'm that, or whatever. And going back to behind your back to the owners and saying, move him, do this, get him rid of him. And if you play on the Lake, or you play on any team that he's on, the Heat, Cleveland Cavaliers, the Los Angeles Lakers, you have to capitulate to him. And I know it's not comfortable for most players. The only person that I think doesn't have to capitulate to him at this point across his entire career, Luka. Are we forgetting that he was into it with Kyrie after their separation? And Kyrie, like, he wanted Kyrie on his teams at times. He even wanted him to never leave Cleveland. But there was times where Kyrie was out there like, nah, I'm good on him. And then he kind of came back around later on and cleaned that up around the time, ironically, where Kyrie's whole image was getting cleaned up. But Kyrie kind of allowed himself to reconcile with LeBron, right? And everybody that even a superstar like Kyrie, they could. AD, well, what just happened to him? He got shipped out. Remember the tweets? People saying, LeBron, you had something to do with AD's move. LeBron even came to Twitter on his own to respond to critics saying, y'all are some goddamn liars. I have nothing to do with AD being traded. I wonder what AD would say about that, though. I wonder. The only person to not have to capitulate to this man, LeBron James, across his entire career is probably D Wade when he first got to Miami, when it was still D Wade's team, before D Wade himself said, here's the team, I'm giving it to you. This is how we're going to win in our year 2. And fast forward, Luka. Everybody else got to be under his thumb. I don't really fuck with Stephen A. Smith. You know what I'm saying? As tough as, you know what I mean? Stephen A. Smith got his own shit to him, what I'm kind of cool on. But Stephen A. Smith ain't wrong about LeBron in many ways. Am I breaking this down for y'all or not? All right. But LeBron is the most honest person in the world. Okay. I'll have some fun with it, you know, just for the sake of the stream. Let's do it.
Thanks. How many books have you read this year? Oh, that's a great question. I would say this is my 23rd book this year.
I had one coach, and he used to say, put yourself in situations where you're not comfortable.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite saying. That's my favorite saying. And if you were not in a bubble, you don't quite understand it. This is literally out of your whole comfort zone.
No family, no
family. I didn't see my family for 8.5 weeks in my room. Literally seeing the walls like this, like The Shining,
just blood
coming down my walls.
Just overall, your thoughts on life inside the bubble right now?
It's all good, mate. Let's be clear, mate. This is not Syria, mate. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that hard. It's not that difficult, mate. You know what I mean? We're living in a bloody resort.
I watched the whole game. I seen the whole game. I was at home watching the game, and you know, I said he was going to, before the game even started, when I seen, I said he was probably going to score 70 tonight. I don't know what made me say that. And my friends was with me, and they was like, okay. So when he got to like 70, I was like, well, he might as well go for 80 now. So, I mean, I'm a fan of the game. And to see that performance was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It was unbelievable to all of us. LeBron, I ain't letting you walk off that fast, man. We're gonna move on in a second, but now we're not done.
When he was like 5 or 6 years old, I just told him in the locker room before we came out, and he had did something. He had grabbed the rebound and like drove, coast to coast through the lane through a couple of the other kids, and like laid it up and had a little trot back. And I looked over at his mom, and I was like, "Oh, he's special. Like he's special." She was like, "What? He's 5 years old. Like, what are you talking about?" I'm like, "I've seen this before."
I f with Bron. I f with that whole moment. Only thing I didn't feel, I was like, he said when he was like 5 years old, he seen it and was like, "Yeah, he going to the league." Like, stop. I love y'all to death, bro. I love y'all whole family, but bro,
what made that official for me? That statement is his son looking like, oh shit.
like I wasn't even best on the team.
When he was like 5 or 6 years old, I just told him in the locker room before we came out, and he had did something. He had grabbed.
Yeah, LeBron. One more. You lying bastard.
Why we're the number 6?
Shit.
It's multiple reasons. One, because 23 is one of my favorite numbers as well. So
we know that. We know that.
3 is 6. Also, my first son is October 6th, the 6th day of October, and my youngest son is June 14th, the 6th month of the year. So, 6 has always been, with me.
I watched the whole game. I seen the whole game. I was at home watching the game, and I said he was going to. Before the game even started, when I seen, I said he was probably gonna score 70 tonight. I don't know what made me say that. And my friends was with me, and they was like, "Okay." So when he got to like 70, I was like, "Well, he might as well go for 80 now." So I mean, I'm a fan of the game. And to see that performance was unbelievable.
Rhythm there. What were you thinking as the ball left your hands?
Drape my finger to the eye. I was literally seeing three rims out there. So I just shot at the middle one, and I was able to, with the grace of the man above, I was able to knock it down.
When in doubt.
One coach, and he used to say, put yourself in situations where you're not comfortable.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite saying.
Holding the autobiography of Malcolm X along with Alex Haley. I don't know how far you are into the book, but what's your biggest takeaway so far?
I kind of just started a couple days ago. Very smart man. His words in the 60s and what was going on is actually what's going on today still.
Why we're the number 6?
Yo, get your man, B. All right, so in closing, Fat Joe absolutely got the title right now. Is LeBron top 5? Because he does it a lot. And I don't even know if I just think that LeBron is doing it on some 1000% I am a wholehearted liar. It might be because of how well media trained he is. I'm trying to give him a little bit of an out. So media trained that he's just always looking to say the right thing or what people will like him for, not damage his brand, say something good. Is that it? Is that some of it? That's all I could give you, homie. All right, let's move on. Speaking of Fat Joe, we brought him up in a topic the other day, right? Just a quick update. The lawyer suing Fat Joe is now indicted after allegedly mowing down the process server. So remember, the lawyer was being served and allegedly ran over the guy with a car or something. This is on TA side, Ty, whatever, the guy that also has a lawsuit against Fat Joe. They're both suing each other. But even when we brought up that suit the other day, we saw it's like, was it 200 plus pages, 150 plus pages? Probably the ugliest, nastiest paperwork that we brought up this year. The nastiest behind the scenes lawsuit accusations of the year for sure. There's nothing worse out there that we know about. His lawsuit makes Diddy shit look like an angel, right? It's all alleged. It's all allegations. Don't know if any of that stuff is true, but it's bad and it's a lot, okay? Go back to that stream when we originally actually read through it. And we touched on it the other day too. But on the flip side, though, the guy that's suing him and his lawyer, I never want my lawyer to get in this type of trouble. Like, do I need to switch lawyers? Is this person too intricate in me winning overall? Because when we asked how much detail was in that suit and how it was put together and the tables of it. Maybe the guy Ty feels like I gotta keep this lawyer because he knows everything. He is my key to victory. I don't want to fire Brian Steele. I don't want to fire Johnny Cochran, right? Maybe this guy is gonna hang in there, but if you're gonna hang in there representing the other side of this case, having this on you could never be good. Tyrone Blackburn, the lawyer suing Fat Joe, has been indicted for allegedly running over a process server with a car, TMZ has learned. And also one other thing. If you're indicted, we're talking about criminal charges. Are you going to be available? Are you going to be out? Do you need to spend a lot of your energy fighting your own shit when this other guy's over here trying to fight a case with Fat Joe? Best believe indirectly this is a win for Joe. Just saying. Law enforcement sources confirmed to us Blackburn has been officially indicted over the alleged May incident, though we're told the indictment will remain sealed until his arraignment. Okay. Damn, I'd love to read that. Blackburn was arrested in June after cops say he got into his vehicle while a 66-year-old process server was giving him papers connected to the Fat Joe case. Blackburn then alleged he put the car in reverse and hit the process server in the leg, causing a somewhat major injury to the server, claims he needed surgery to fix. Yeah, that's not good. Blackburn represents Terrence Ty, or T.A. Dixon, who sued Fat Joe for millions, alleging he helped Joe write music. Later on, Dixon and Blackburn filed another lawsuit accusing Joe of engaging in sexual relations with minors, in a lawsuit Joe's attorney and Joe Tacopina said was full of lies intended to damage his reputation and force a settlement through public pressure. Tyrone was booked on assault about 6 weeks after the alleged incident is said to have taken place. Not good. Good for Joe. Not good for the other side. Something to keep our eyes on. Significant update. Let's move on. Diddy. Who thought that they was capping? I didn't. I'm waiting to see Drake's drop. I want to see if Drake is really going to move forward with a real appeal, officially put into the courts an appeal for his UMG judgment. Diddy, as long as you got the money, what do you have to lose? Yeah, the appeal is there, buddy. And Diddy got money. He's got resources. He's still got friends. Diddy's lawyer files a notice of appeal for conviction and sentencing. The second page got the paperwork I actually got from the docket itself. I brought it up here for y'all. I don't know how much is going to be too revealing for y'all because this isn't the full breakdown. This is kind of like the notice of it. And here it says at the top, notice of appeal. Okay. Southern District of New York. Here goes the Judge Arun, caption United States versus Sean Combs. We get it. Okay. This appeal concerns conviction only. No, not that checkbox. The conviction and sentence he's appealing. So the week of sentencing, he was going after still the conviction, right? That was denied. But here in this one, still not just the sentence, because remember, everybody walked in there, him and his team, it seemed, and they were expecting to either leave that day or be out by next week because they had those fucking bookings in Miami, right? So to get the 4 years plus whatever, how it runs, the details behind it, I think Diddy and his whole team obviously were shocked. So not just the conviction, but the sentence they're going to be going after. Defendant found guilty by trial. We know that. Offense occurred. Yes. Formality stuff. Date of sentence. We know that. Bail. Disposition committed. Okay. Alexandra Shapiro, defendant counsel. Okay. Signed. U.S. District Court, New York Southern Manhattan. Cost $605 to put this notice in. And that's it. Okay. So I will keep my eyes on the docket to see when that appeal actually hits. Let's read it. And let's read how they detail and go after the judge, because one thing that stood out, even as they took the podium and spoke to the press after the sentencing, was that they feel like pieces of what he beat in court during his conviction were used to constitute the judge's decision for his sentencing. right? Like you're talking about some of these things that I was found guilty of to enforce the time behind the Mann Act sentencing. And I think that they were right to have that position. And the judge, whether he shouldn't have said that or not, he did, right? And it was a contention point and an argument, and as per reports in that courtroom, for majority pieces of the day. Yet the judge said clearly he was sending a sign for other women and other abusers. He was sending a message. Even that within itself, I might appeal, right? Like, what do you mean sending a message? Don't send a message. The guidelines are the guidelines. My conviction is my conviction. Give me my sentence that's based on that only. I don't want to feel any bias coming into the equation, and I don't want to hear anything about charges that I beat, judge, right? So when it comes out, we expect to read it just like that with a ton of detail mixed in. So we'll see. All right. We got one more before we get to the title. Another update on Playboi Carti. So your details are rolling out every 24 hours, it seems. Okay, well, at least more details. What do we got up here? It says Playboi Carti rapper allegedly threatened to hit and shoot the driver. Okay. Let's take a look at this video first.
And fist fighting on River Road just before the half cop light. Deputies responding. The caller didn't stay in the area. He said they were two black Suburban type vehicles, both parked at the River Road light on River Road. They looked like they were headed into the half cop intersection, but he didn't stick around. There was also a female standing next to the two men fighting. The caller, he says he was the driver of a limousine company and that the individual he was driving was the one who punched him. I'll add the information to your call comments.
Doesn't sound like it's ongoing, but I'll let you know. Thank you.
We just spoke with Carl. He's still at that address. He's stating that the suspect that punched him got in another vehicle, another black Suburban. He went down River Road. So we're going to try and find him. Apparently he's threatened to hit and shoot that other driver too. So we're going to go check into
Damn.
Have one of you guys stage at 100 South just to see if we can catch this guy. It's a limousine connection, black SUV. We're going to have dispatch put out an ATL for it as well. You guys can point to it. I think we just found it. Stand by. We're at 1677 North River Road, Tango 85 for Alpha Uniform. If we could get another unit as well.
Yeah, they was definitely gonna pull up for that, buddy. All right. I don't want to act like it's the truth yet. It's just details and it's on the actual call. Playboi Carti alleged assault on a limo driver was even more sinister than originally thought because he's now accused of threatening to shoot the chauffeur. TMZ obtained the audio dispatch calls from October 2nd incident in Utah. And as you can hear, the cops sprang into action after the driver, Carl Reynolds, reported that the allegedly happened to him while driving the rapper to his tour rehearsal with his girlfriend, Giovanna Ramos. Investigators responded to an intersection in Park City where Carl had pulled over after Carti allegedly socked him in the face during a heated argument with Ramos. Do they have the gun? That's a question. One officer told dispatcher Carti threatened to hit and shoot a different driver, Lance Hayes, before fleeing in a vehicle. The cop also told dispatch he's going to search for Carti, and eventually he found the hip-hop star just down the street. Police issued Carti a citation for the alleged misdemeanor assault on Carl, but he was not charged with the alleged threat made to Lance. Carti is currently on tour, but due back in court in December. That's definitely going to tie to him civilly. Criminally, though, I don't know, because they're saying if he was already hit with that misdemeanor for the assault, because the police showed up. That's from yesterday's report that we read, right? They showed up, they took pictures, they have alleged evidence and probably a statement from the driver that there was an assault. Maybe even Playboi Carti admit to it there. Who knows? Maybe he did. Like, yeah, I hit him. We got into blah, blah, blah. So he gets a misdemeanor. Cool. This gun thing, though, like, I don't know how that comes in criminally. Not civilly, criminally. Right now, it's just audio of the dispatcher saying allegedly the guy said that he threatened him with a gun. And if you brandish a gun, like we know, that's an assault charge within itself. But if I tell somebody I'm going to shoot him, Is that a charge? I don't think that's a charge. Let's look it up in Utah real quick. In Utah, is it a criminal charge if you verbally threaten someone with a gun? Because if there's no gun, I don't see how. I think it's tough to hit him with that charge, and we're not reading that report yet. But verbally, what happens? Oh fuck! Is it? Hey, yes, in Utah, verbally threatening someone with a gun can lead to a criminal charge depending on the circumstances. Here are the relevant statutes of how this might apply. Well, I don't need to read the statutes, but the answer is yes in Utah. Shit. What about New York? Yes. What about Florida? Just a threat? Oh shit. Hold on. So New York was yes, Utah is yes. And Florida, verbally threatening someone with a gun can give rise to criminality liability. So Florida is not saying yes. Florida, fucking that South boy. What about, speaking of the South, what about Georgia? Yes, in Georgia, a verbal threat, you can get in trouble for that. Let's do should I do Texas? Yeah, everybody thinks that you could shoot somebody on the lawn and drag the body in your house in Texas. What about Texas? In Texas, yes, verbally threatening someone with a gun can lead to criminal charges. Wow. What state was that battle rapper in that we covered yesterday? I was trying to get the young man advice saying, dude, now if you pull that gun out, even if you don't shoot it, it's a charge. Because brandishing is an assault charge. If I pulled up his state right here and it gives yes, just like it does in Texas, New York, and Georgia, no, not Florida, but Georgia, then shit, I'd have to add on to my advice to yesterday, that young man. Dude, being on camera saying, cut y'all ringers off, I'm going to pull my gun out. Cut y'all ringers off, I'm going to pull my gun out on you. It could be a charge. Telling y'all, man, we learn new shit on this podcast. Survive, young people, survive. Don't threaten people with guns. Shit. All right, let's move on. What do you want me to do, man? I'm just here reporting live with y'all off the cuff. Sorry, it's true. You know, it is what it is. All right, y'all ready to get into the title? Sue Surf will save battle rap. Here's the truth. Now, of course, Sue Surf being the hottest topic in battle rap over the last week plus. The allegations. Some say yes, some say no, some are in the middle. You saw a couple people that consistently covered it. This podcast was one of them. Some agree with me, some disagree with me, and that's cool. You know, it's opinions. And one thing that we all have to accept is that in today's age, unfortunately, there's just so much gray that has been created. I like to live more in black and white, which is why I think I did some due diligence by actually reading all of that paperwork. Nobody read more paperwork on the internet than me that's been covering it, that I've seen. But that doesn't mean that I'm perfect, which is why my last stream, I resulted to some very strong questions, and we saw how ChatGPT answered them. Okay. Now, coming off of all of that, it's a reminder of how polarizing Sue Surf is. Now, Sue Surf was here and he was inserted into the argument himself. It would be even that much bigger because he'd be in spaces and on Twitter, he'd be cursing and responding to people and maybe doing some blogs because he's very, very vocal, right? That's one of the attractive natures of him. That he's going to get out there, he's going to talk a bunch of shit, and it's going to turn into blogs and media coverage and energy and entertainment. A big word, entertainment. But going to the title, will Sue Surf save battle rap? Let's start here. What does saving battle rap mean? Shaq, go ahead. What does saving battle rap mean? Is it that you guys are saying that it's on a decline? It's when something needs saving, it's dying, right? I'm about to jump out the window of this burning house. Fireman, save me. I'm being held hostage. Sniper, shoot this motherfucker. Save me. I'm Lois Lane falling out of a building. Save me. What is a savior? That means that something is in extreme jeopardy or dying. Okay. I just want to make sure that we establish things like that when we say these things about certain leagues, certain league owners, or even certain battlers, whether it's Sue Surf or anybody else. You have to ask yourself. Let me pull one up right here. Shout out to our member MSM. He says energy, money, relevance, etc. Great addition. Great addition. So if we're gonna say energy, money, and relevance is what can save battle rap, you could answer the question: does Sue Surf, I'm saying solely on his own, right? Does Sue Surf bring enough energy to save the battle rap industry? I'm using MSM here, live. Does Sue Surf bring enough money to save the battle rap industry as a whole? Does Sue Surf bring enough relevance to save the battle rap industry as a whole? Right. I'm gonna let y'all answer that before I continue to walk this down with y'all. We're just gonna use MSM, those three things. All right. And I want the answer yes or no, because I do believe that of whatever 10 or less than 10 variables, those three are probably amongst the most. They probably are. Good shit, MSM. So yes, if we're covering all three of these, or no, if we're not, as far as Sue Surf solely. Let me see. Don Bean says yes, he does. Jay Hove says no. Wavy says as a whole, no. Don Bean says money, I don't know. Mo Money says no. Wavy says not by himself. Don Bean says not at all. Dojo says to save it, no. To reinvigorate, yes. I like the word reinvigorate there. Okay. Don Bean says, okay, then no. I'm not trying to create my own criteria right there. I just use somebody from the chat, MSM. Energy, relevance, and money. Okay, which are three big things that carry any industry or carry any company or carry any brand. Okay. Wilbur says yes. King Floor says nope. Nick says not on his own. Don Bean said had to bring it back. Double O says Surf definitely has the star power. We all know that. That's not for contention. He just showed that again in the midst of all the allegations and stuff. What's good? Kyle says salute ARP, top of the morning chat. Man, y'all, I left the house. I got a fucking nail in my tire. Damn, G. Good luck with that, homie. Sniper says by himself. No, everyone needs help. Okay, I'm pretty much getting a majority. Big Yellow's here. Big Yellow says no, it's bigger than one person. I didn't set that up. I got into the discussion. I brought up a chat, and then I let y'all answer the chat. Okay. Think of like I like the superhero shit that I used a second ago. And when you guys are saying as a whole in the chat, and when I hear words like reinvigorate, battle rap as an industry, as an entire collective, right? What can save, let's say, the world? The comic book level. Superman, right? One person can save the world. How about a city? Gotham, Batman, okay? Is Sue Surf the Superman of the industry as a whole, right? That's really a question I want people to think about when they say Sue Surf is going to save battle rap. Is he the Superman? Kobe says yes, he is. I'll take a couple up here. I'll take a couple more. Is there any others that agree or disagree with Kobe? You know what? I'll leave Kobe's as yes. I'll just leave it there. I don't need any more. Let's talk about that word collective that I just said. Battle rap, even from a business standpoint, you guys see me say over time, like, leagues have way more financial pressure on them because everything as a structure of battle rap, as a presentation of battle rap, as a business of battle rap, it's all as a collective, which is why even somebody like me, who is stellar at what I do, I can trip and fall because it has to be a chain. And the moment you have a weak link in the chain, somebody that does some fuck shit, somebody that cancels a battle, somebody that does bad business, somebody that calls out sick, somebody that doesn't show up, the venue owner doesn't open the doors, Avocado's flight was canceled or whatever, you know what I'm saying? The chain breaks and everything underneath crumbles all at once. The moment Easy and Twerk gets canceled, 80% of the people that want to buy the stream don't buy the stream anymore. That's how it goes. Okay. Battle rap is a collective. You can't sell one battle rapper. You can't sell one match. You could be entertained by one battle rapper. You could be entertained by one match, but you can't sell that. So this is why I say the biggest piece that comes into play is not what people pay attention to. Why? Because 90+% of the people that would answer this question, rightfully so, are on the side of the perspective of just being a consumer. Okay? The consumers aren't the creators, though. This is all factual shit that I'm speaking. It's a lot of perspective from the side of the consumer. What the consumer wants purely is entertainment. Sometimes it's free entertainment. Sometimes it's $50 entertainment. Sometimes it's $75 entertainment. That's what the consumer wants. Okay. The battle rappers, though, the leagues, though, it's all based in money. Money moves everything in business. Everything. It'll make Caffeine stay or leave. It'll make well, I am the anomaly there. Damn, I can't use RBE, but it'll make this company thrive or fall. It'll make this battle rapper rich or poor. The money, right? Everything revolves around that. So when I tie in the biggest element, which is the money, and I'm glad MSM in the chat he put that as one of the three pieces. When you tie in the biggest element of money to the fact that battle rap as an industry is always presented, responsibility tied into, and delivery tied into as collective nature, right? That means that when people look at Sue Surf as a savior, as entertainment, he goes nowhere in battle rap without an opponent. He goes nowhere without a card underneath him. He goes nowhere without the league putting it together. He goes nowhere without the media covering it. He goes nowhere without the bloggers covering it. He goes nowhere without the fans paying for it. Big difference behind the scenes between what people are entertained by versus what they pay for. Now, Sue Surf is a guy that people pay for. He is. He's one of few. But when I talk about this collective nature of battle rap, and how it really works, I'm sorry, consumers, you just are watching from the outside, and that's fine. That's your job. The collective nature and the reality of the shit is Murder Mook is right there. Loaded Lux is right there. Hitman Holla is right there. Cassidy is right there. URL is right there. Organic, I see him on Twitter. He's there. I'm not counted in this shit. I really am retired. Remy Ma is right there. Easy to Block Captain is right there. DNA, I just watched the interview of him. He's waiting to come back possibly. He's right there. Math Hoffa is right there. Goods is right there. Calico is right there. K-Shine, he just came back. Shoddy Horror, Resurgence, Disasters, right there. Thesaurus is right there. Arsenal, right there. Hell, y'all even still are whether you understand you're doing it or not, running behind Briz Rothstein. The man has moved the way he decided to move for like what, 2, 3 years, 4 years at this point, and there's still, are you coming back? You're still going to see those videos. He still makes sure y'all talk about him. Why? He's impactful. He matters. All of these people, man, I could keep going. All of these people are right here. And one thing that the battle rap community does not understand is how important some of these entities and individuals are towards the collective success of battle rap. You guys don't understand at times how important a RBE is. You don't. From the outside looking in, some people have their pick. Some people say, you're my favorite. I hate you. I love you. I'm going to stand on this side of the gate, whatever, boom, boom, boom. But that guy ARP, what I'm capable of, what I did, what I can do, it's huge. It's massive. URL, what they can do, what they have done. They've done the most in the entire shit. Massive. I know they've been the last couple of years, and even that is tied to what? What am I saying is the pinnacle piece of this? Money. Money. Tied to what? Like, Mayor comes around, they're going to jump out and do a card. Caffeine is there, card 3 times a month. Exclusive vodka, Harry, Al Capone cigarillos, whatever. Active. If the sponsors come down, they come back. TBL. Do you guys understand how important they are right now? They are the league of 2025, TBL. I think that's already signed and sealed. And they got something else big coming. TBL is the league of 2025. Do you see the hell that they've also gone through in their come out party and their come out year? Do you see the hell that they're having this year? It's the type of hell that makes a lot of leagues say, man, fuck this shit. Some of your biggest sponsors, they walk away. I mentioned one of them already. How about a Frank? How does Frank feel about battle rap? Ask him. Ask him. Where's Gerald McCoy? This is money now, right? But the collective importance of all of these different players, because Sue Surf, the moment that he, let's say, has a bad performance, or the moment that he chokes, or the moment that you feel like he lost, or his rounds wasn't on 10 on 1,000, you guys are gonna throw him away the same way you do all the Geechees, the Twerks. There's other people I mentioned. Tay-Rock. These people are right here. I don't want to leave those type of guys out too, because a Tay-Rock, a Geechee, a Twerk, it. I know I'm missing people. A T-Top. Like they're all right here, right there for you. They're right there. And all that needs to happen is for Surf to have some shit, and the whole world's gonna say, "Oh, go commentate after the 40 bars performance." He's one person. One person can't carry all of this shit on their own. Like, are you guys not paying attention to the reality of battle rap? Or do you just have no clue on how an industry or a business runs? That man, you setting them up to fail. Y'all are setting Sue Surf up to fail. You're our Superman. Huh? How? Somebody just go pay Lux, Mook, Hitman, Cassidy, Arsenal, DNA, K-Shine, Shoddy, Disaster. Go pay them for the battles that y'all want to see. TBL look like they got the bag right now. They don't need to wait for sponsors or no shit like that. Go at Daylight. Daylight's another guy. Rum Nitty. Jesus Christ, we got real super shit right here in front of us. And dare I say, Sue Surf, his track record in battle rap, whether it's from a performing standpoint or even a business standpoint, because money is the root of a lot of this. Don't make me talk about money as the center and then correlate that to Surf, because sorry, it's true. If we're going to talk about money moving any industry, saving any industry, because when money comes in, that's when you're going to see a Caffeine, right? Or some shit, right? When the money's here, everything's up, right? Surf can't bring that. Respectfully, Sue Surf has his own videos out of his own mouth on lines talking about PPP loans. Sue Surf has paperwork that everybody's reading right now talking about weed sales and shit. Sue Surf is rich. The industry always fools all of you motherfuckers. Sue Surf is rich. When did this happen? Because he told y'all that on Spaces? Sue Surf has a bag for even his own platform. Oh, I get it. You guys believe that he is solely responsible for Midnight Madness, probably. That's what you believe. let me bring this up. And I'm not saying that this guy is always a perfect reference, but people outside of this man also know this behind the scenes to be true.
That Gerald sponsors her. I don't know where y'all getting this theory. Gerald has sponsored 3 of my battles out of 70. Okay, let's keep going, guys. Hey, 3, here's another stat. Out of all the rappers in this game or anybody associated, Verb has got the least amount of money from him because that's my boy for real. I don't have these problems y'all have, right? I don't. I've got the least amount of money from Gerald, and he will, and it's documented, and he will tell you that. Hey Beasley, since you tweeted me the other day and you said I'm nothing without Gerald, how much motherfucking money have you got from Gerald? How much money have you got from Gerald to sponsor these events? Should we do that? Because I got the least amount of money from Gerald, period. Out of all the rappers. See, a lot of the rappers, they get quiet. They don't salute Gerald. They don't say nothing to him. So it just, because I'm such a thorough nigga, it make y'all think that he gives me the word. I ain't no dick blower, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Yeah, that's my boy, nigga. I don't blow dick. What the fuck y'all mean? He will tell you he's got the least. Verb has got the least with his paperwork and documents. Verb has got the least amount of money, and this is my boy for real. How they make you bitch niggas feel? Y'all, but see, y'all don't know when y'all rappers be in turmoil, when they have all these problems. Beasley, how much money did you get from him? Since you wanted to stick your chest out, like how much money did URL receive any assistance from Gerald? Oh, okay, like large amounts of money. Okay, cool. I've got the least amount of money, people. He sponsored 3 out of 70 dick blowers. Y'all are trying to look for any. Okay, y'all Midnight Madness. That was Gerald money too. That wasn't Surf money. Oops, go to hell. Now, how about?
So
okay, wait, hold on. But let's keep going. When y'all was dick blowing Surf and saying, "Oh, that's so honorable," Gerald money. Okay, why did it stop? You know why it stopped? Because when he found out they stole it from me, it stopped. Now how about that? See, this is the shit y'all don't be knowing. Y'all kneeled it.
There is a lot behind the scenes. Even battlers as league owners, right? It comes with a level of professionalism, a level of money, a level of passion. I think Surf has a lot of those elements, of course, but the money is always big. And if you don't have one of these sponsors, it got to come out of your own pocket. And when I say some of the most impactful people, y'all understand when people are gone. You really will.
Hold on, y'all. The temperature has risen. Okay.
I got my 100.
Okay.
What was you talking about? I got my 100. I got my 100.
The 100 grand.
Got my 100.
The 100.
There's not a lot of battle rappers that can do that, right? Like right now off the cuff, like, oh, I got a face off. Let me do this. It's not a lot of battle rappers that can do that. Power moves, bags and bodies. You know, the power of Hitman and his money created the battle of the year with him and Geechee. He spent probably 10, 15, maybe 20 grand just to set up the face-offs. It's an event with it's a budget that some people use for entire events just so he could do the face-offs, driving people in Mercedes trucks, putting everybody up on flights and hotels, bringing in avocado, renting out a venue, got security guards there. It was an event within itself, just the face-offs. I know how that goes because I've done it too. You know, it costs sometimes 10 grand just to do it. And when I say you guys don't know until the people are gone, I get a tweet every day. You see, we played yesterday. You know, Screw dropped that new diss track on his channel, and at the end he says, "Yo, ARP, come back, stop playing." That shit always hits me in the chest. But I can't go a day without hearing somebody saying, "Yo, come back to battle rap." And I'm gonna be consistent with this. I'm not the savior because I'm just one entity. I can't. I would do more and bring more collectively than. Let me shut up because you guys don't even read points the right way. But when you got a hitman that says, I'm cool, I'm gonna go over here, it's a lot that's lost. You see how 100 grand he put on the table, he could break that down into a bunch of battle rappers and feed them. When Gerald McCoy walks away, he leaves a lot of people's pockets empty. When Frank walks away and you guys got him so accessible and everybody can call Frank and he says, man, you guys mistreat me. You guys, some of y'all didn't show up to my battles. Some of y'all didn't. TBL going through hell, right? Sometimes I'll be looking around this year and I'll be asking like, yo, do people have respect for TBL? It's crazy the year that they're going through, right? And they walk away, Holla walks away. How about this one? Let's go to this one. What if she decides, you know, because when she got here, everybody was on her dick. Everybody was on Rem dick. Everybody answering that call on half a ring. You get 10 grand. You get 10 grand. You get 10 grand. You get 10 grand. She don't even want to do interviews anymore. She fucked with all y'all. She did all y'all platforms. She did interviews with all of y'all. She talked to all y'all. She tweeted with all y'all. She interacted with all y'all. She don't even want to show her face anymore with y'all niggas. And I get it, the controversy and all of that, but Jesus Christ, like, when do y'all realize how much heavy hitters you have in front of you and how much they really, really constitute to the overall collaboration of this industry and protect those people? We don't protect our own in here. We drive them away. We drive Hitman away. We drive Iron Solomon away. We drive B-Dot away. We drive Remy Ma away. Easy to Block is probably the only nigga that is one of the stars of battle rap and enjoys all the toxicity. He's the only one. So he's going to survive whatever shit, you know, good and bad. He's still going to want to be a league owner. He's still going to be a battle rapper, even though you don't know if he wants to stay around for that long either. You never know. People have transitions, other things going on. Remy Ma just launched a fucking streaming platform. I don't know all the details about it. Who knows? Niggas might fucking leave that shit alone, go to that and leave this shit alone for that too. A lot of people that can do decide not to do or not to be involved. And you got to ask yourself why. Not just because of like you lose like the sponsors that lose money or caffeine or like let's say a Harry that tweets, man, I just lost $100,000. Like not just that, right? Like you could use me. Like what makes an ARP say, oh, here goes Lux versus Rum Nitty. Nah, I'm good. I don't want to book it. Literally, here goes Mook and Hitman for a discount. Like when I was on the phone with Rem and Holla trying to make that battle happen on Chrome, we're trying to help proxy some of it on Chrome, and I'm talking to the other side as well. I get that text with the actual number in it. Listen, we'll do it with you for this number. And I say, yo, I'm retired. And I walk away from Mook and Hitman, or I walk away from Lux and Nitty, or I walk away from Lux and Hitman. Those, if I walk away from them, why? And I could afford them all. Why do I walk away from them? And I don't got to go ask somebody for the money. I can go into my bank account and get their deposit and say it's locked in and smash the internet. Why do I walk away? Why is Rem looking like this in this type of like, why does she have to even go through this type of shit?
What the fuck?
The doers aren't protected in this space. And if I tie it back to the title, Surf is one of the most polarizing, most entertaining people in battle rap. Okay. There's a difference between entertaining versus paying for it. And Surf is an attraction. Okay. But Midnight Madness, if it's funded by Gerald McCoy, or if main events like him and Core like have situations, or if there's drama or there's business that falls out, or like Surf is a guy that is so powerful in battle rap that he can also do bad. Sorry, it's true. He could do good, but he could also do bad. And anybody that acts like he was an angel, business-wise, performance-wise, even hurting some of his peers that contribute, then you're lying to yourself. He is one of the biggest additions to battle rap. That doesn't mean overlook what actually carries this shit, which is the money, right? Some of your favorite leagues and all these other battle rappers that y'all don't even realize are just as powerful or just as good or just as important or just as needed, because we are a collective effort. driven by money. He is not a collective on his own, and he is not money. Don't overlook all this shit that's right in front of y'all. Instead, y'all constitute a lot of the shit that's right in front of y'all that can continue to raise the culture up. Y'all drive shit away. Y'all don't protect nothing. So, shout out to Surf. As much as he's needed in battle rap, I think y'all are setting him up for failure because the structure of battle rap is not dependent on one person, period. Sorry, it's true. All right. We did this one earlier. Thank you once again, Shay. Assemble the Avengers, man. Look, man. And the Avengers could save the world, right? I mean, I'm just saying. Some of these Avengers, y'all better take care of. That's out there. Don't forget Iron Man's there, B. Captain America, he's right there. Go get him. Go book him. Go support him. Go buy a pair of sneakers from Goods or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, support. Buy it. Ask them. Buy the streams. Give TBL their money back for booking Twerk and you know what I'm saying? Like, it just, yeah. What am I getting into here that y'all don't already know? Tom Bean says, look at it like wrestling. Stone Cold couldn't do it without Rock. Jimmy Snuka couldn't do it without Roddy Piper. It's a collaborative thing. It absolutely is, which is why you can't sell one battle and make the money. You can't. It's all collective. You need all of this shit. Even your good guys, your bad guys, your Thanoses, your Supermans, you need all of them. From the leagues to the battlers. You need all of them. As you can see, like even like if I go for the league at sometimes, you look at TBL, I haven't heard of any sponsoring yet. I know Chilla did that M3S3 interview where he was like, yo, I'll put my phone book up against anybody. They're very resourceful and they have a lot of connections, right? So maybe he's alluding to somebody else that's behind the scenes. Or what if Kenny's pockets are deep? Like, you don't have to count their pockets or pinpoint it, but the booking reflects, the cards reflect the ability, right? So TBL has the financing of it. And they're up right now. And it just so happens that they're the League of the Year right now. Like when RBE voted League of the Year by the consensus of the battle rap community or Fox 5, all these different platforms and entities, right? You know, when I'm on that blue room trend and I'm like, let's go. You know who's paying? You know who's able to? It's me. Hey, Mook, you ready for your deposit? Here. Holla, you ready for your deposit? Here. Hollow, you ready for your Big K? You ready for your deposit? Here. King Loesch, you ready for your deposit? Here. It's me. All battle rappers know that. They don't got to speak to nobody else when it's time to get their bread. It's me. You know what I'm saying? So when you see these things, or when you see Rem come in and say, here, you get 10, the battler should be the first to protect it. The battler should be the first to. There's no way a sponsor, whether you think that person is weak, gullible, or sturdy, if that's the person that's booking you, giving you the money, or the reason why the league got the money, you should never show up and choke on that person's booking. You should never miss that person's battle. You should never do bad business with that person. You should never drive that person to a point where he feels like, what am I wasting my time for? The last conversation I have, Frank is one of the biggest doers over like the last 2 years behind the scenes. You know the last conversation I had with Frank about 2 weeks ago? Do you know the conversation I just had with Frank? I'm gonna bust some of y'all fucking bubble. He wants to come sit down right next to me in the retirement row. Like, y'all can have it. Not because he don't got the money. Because it's just like, y'all can have it. I'm cool. I don't want to sit in the pool of the people that's literally by definition insane, doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Because I look around and I say, they don't want to change. And I'm not going to spend my life trying to change them. I'm good. I got my own life and pleasures to chase down because you only live once. I gave y'all 10 years. Give you another 10 when I see what I see. Protect the real doers. Protect it. And you got some in front of you that you're not protecting. Instead, you think Surf. Surf is entertaining as fuck. He's polarizing as fuck. He's going to drive some numbers, yes. I should be focusing on protecting also, at least bare minimum, TBL right now. That's why you're getting the shit that you're getting. And you guys are so it's self, I don't gotta say self, but unappreciative. Look at what TBL is doing. And they're going to hell and back this year. Hell and back. And they're doing the most this year. But yet but they're doing the most this year, but going through the worst shit this year. That's battle rap for you. That's crazy. But shout out to the chat. So question, how difficult is it to book one card with people like Cassidy, Hitman, Mook, Surf, Lux, J Mills, Goods, DNA, or anyone who promotes? It's just money. It's just money. You know, you'll even watch the battlers sway to where the money is, where the power is. You know, I had diehard URL frontline fighters on my phone telling me about, oh, you spending the money now? Cool, ARP, what we doing? You know, it just follow the money. There's no real loyalty in this shit. So when you book a card like that, it's just, can you afford these people? That's all. You know, Hitman to tell you, I can't win Champion of the Year because they don't have enough money to book me as many times as it takes for Champion to register me as a contender. Or is it like Champions, like the qualifications is like 4 or 5 battles, right? For that year to be on the list and be voted for, you know, but you got to pay it. You got to pay the shit, you know? When I see some of these guys bragging that they make $1 million per battle and I see you battle, you know, 20 times a year, how do you battle 20 times a year on leagues that aren't even known for being financed or having a lot of money, yet you're there rapping? It's because that deposit is $500. That's a fact. And there's nothing wrong with it. Get your money. Get your money. But the people that stand on those bigger prices, like let's say Goods wants to rap, but nobody wants to pay him what he's asking for. So all of this is what answers your question. It's just the money. It's just the money. Which is the key thing, ironically, that I got keyed on earlier that started from somebody from the live chat. Money as one of the factors. So who brings money? At least protect them, you dumb motherfuckers. At least protect the people that bring the money. Don't run Gerald McCoy away and Frank away and Rem away and ARP. At least protect the people that got the money, you dumb fucks. Spend it on myself. Fuck it. The next shopping spree, we out. Yo, this shit is so ass backwards, be only if y'all knew. Misha says, great day, getting ready for the gym. Y'all have the greatest day. Shout out to Misha, man. I appreciate your love. Enjoy the gym. Get it in, girl. Don B, our member, says, it's okay not to be modest, you know, talk your shit. When I feel like I'm trying to drive a bigger point, you know, because people mistake brash delivered truth with arrogance. They mistake that sometimes. Not with me, because my normal tone doesn't come off like that. But yeah, be careful, because not everybody thinks like that. They just, oh, here you go. Why is he talking about this? Like, you're missing the point, you fucking idiot. So shout out to Don, man. But you know, Bron says, what about you and Hitman come together? So we've done collaborations. Max Out 1, Max Out 2, Max Out 3. He still gets to his bag, the fucker. You don't give me no real discount. Yeah, I'm saying, but for us to deliver those, it's multiple people, including an ARP and a Holla. You know, oh, look at ARP and Holla partnering up again. But as a duo, like let's say a Beasley and a Chico, crazy duo. You know, because you got business there, you got technical ability there, you got negotiation ability there, you got intelligence there. Like when I look at like a Chico and a Beasley, it's a good partnership. It could be a Gannick and a Gully. Let's say an ARP and a Lawrence, or ARP and a Shatta, or ARP and a Holla. These, if you want to bring it all down to duos, like some of these motherfuckers can do. Even a Easy and a Rem, when I see the tandem of Chrome and Trenches. Now, behind the scenes, am I supposed to be naive and not assume that there's not money moving across both entities? That's stupid to believe. But for however they do their business, Chrome and Trenches are still two of the biggest duos here. And the main people that I know behind them are Rem and Easy, duos. Doing duos. It's not easy to read this shit. if you guys actually want to pick the book up, you know. But I am the Avengers. What y'all need? Mish, take your ass to the gym, girl. I'm done, man. I went 20 in. How y'all feel about today's stream? Check the chat real quick. MSM says, truth is truth. Don't care about feelings and emotions. I appreciate that. Cal says, you tried it. I do not. I do have the audio thingy where you can talk. Y'all talking about something different. Me said, ARP reading and responding to that like it made sense, made him a real one. Because I read that 10 times. Oh, well, shout out to Mish. I'm just coming to the bottom. Don't run the money away. And also, battle rappers have to show up and be prepared. No shows and battlers, forgetting rounds, make people not want to buy PPVs. Like when you see Chris do blogs talking about abusing the plug, which I originally exposed. Now I'm just fucking with you, Chris. But no, it's true. It's a selfish think about today world. And those are industries that are just, they set themselves up for failure. Every business has to conduct business based on tomorrow. You know, people that are scrounge out a bag today violate somebody for today. And some of it is produced by necessity. You know, you don't realize that sometimes that league owner over there got stabbed in the back because that battle rapper, they absolutely needed that $1,000 deposit or that $5,000 or that $10,000 deposit at that moment. You know, I watched that recent DNA interview on M3S3. And one concept that he said is, you know, he was talking about him and Shine. I watched Shine's as well and respect to both of those guys. I don't even want to get into the rights and wrongs on both sides, you know, respect to both of those guys. But he was talking about a time where he was behind the scenes into it with URL and Shine wasn't. And we also know there's obviously times where Shine is into it with URL and maybe DNA isn't, right? DNA said smartly multiple times, I understand that this is a business. He's talking about URL, right? He said, I understand that this is a business. And I ain't trying to bust certain moves or take certain positions until I have fuck you money. That's what DNA said. Meaning, if I don't like what you're doing or how you're moving or the decisions that you're making, I don't want to be in a position to have to take that money, even though I disagree with it, because I don't have any other options. That's what DNA is explaining, the fuck you money, you know? And sometimes people just aren't in that situation. And that could even help and provoke people to embark on bad business or things that hurt the culture, the carrots that get dangled, you know, all of that type of shit. It just is what it is, you know, it just is what it is. But no, surf can reinvigorate energy. He could bring entertainment, a lot of promotion, a great matchup, an impactful card. That first stream, people's going to make money. But let me close out like this. Even Surf for himself, right, is put in a situation, you're coming home, you got all these legal restrictions on you now. You got family to take care of, you got yourself to take care of. Let's say he comes home to a $75,000 battle bag, right? Which is tough to do today, right? But let's say he does, right? Then what? Then what? You know, the industry right now is moving slow based on who's the next sponsor, who's the next league owner that got a lot of money, right? Like let's say TBL got a lot of money, but Surf ain't gonna battle with them unless it becomes a necessity. I'm assuming that he wants to debut with URL, right? I'm assuming that he wants to stay on URL. I could be wrong because I've seen him want to move around before. But even financially, battle rap, it's tough to put even the people that got money in a position to maintain it, like, because you end up just pouring into the red, you know? So the battlers that got money ironically, are not relying on battle rap. It's a fact. All right, I'm gonna get up out of here. Enjoy y'all Tuesday. I know Tuesday drags for people, but let's stay productive. Let's stay good energy. Sorry, it's true and all that. And 6 a.m. we'll be back tomorrow. All right, be good.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry It's True podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.
Without my thing, still got a gun.